WizKids.
Hello.
Hey, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
And showing your exciting new game, Magic the Gathering Ravnica Inquisition.
Yes.
Yes, so Magic the Gathering fan would probably like this because...
Oh, yes. It's... Sorry, you can
You
go.
go. No. Magic the Gathering.
We love Magic.
Yeah.
So it features a lot of the popular characters from Magic the Gathering. The main enemy in this game is... He's kind of an invisible enemy, but Nicol Bolas is the main enemy. And, it does feature other planeswalkers. We have Liliana.
Yeah.
So we are featuring, very well-known characters from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
And we tried to theme it as much as possible to Magic the Gathering's cards and colors and just things like that. So we wanted to really have the feel of the game match everything that Magic the Gathering has already, that they've built.
But this is not Magic the Gathering.
It is
What
not.
is it about?
So Magic the Gathering Ravnica Inquisition obviously takes place on the plane of Ravnica.
Yep.
And what it is it's a social deduction game
Yep.
where some players are agents of Bolas, some players are Gatewatch loyalists, and players have to try and figure out who is on their team and who is on the opposite team and eliminate them.
Yeah.
So each player is going to get a guild. Each guild has two colors for it. For example, Dimir is blue and black. Mm-hmm. On every turn, players are going to vote for the leader of each colored guild. And the way they do that is this is going to be a deck called the leader deck.
Yep.
It's shuffled at the beginning of the game, and then every round, one of them is going to be played. So, for example, if the black leader is played, players who have guilds that are have black in them can become leaders of that guild. So in this case, it would be Orzhov, Dimir, Rakdos, Golgari, and that's it. Yep. And then when each player is elected leader, they immediately use different powers. So once the black leader is elected, they're going to take a card from the targeting deck.
Yep.
The cards that just have the mana colors on them are going to be shuffled together at the beginning of the game, and they are going to become the targeting deck. The black leader will select one card from the targeting deck, secretly look at that color, and then choose a player whose guild matches whatever color they drew, and secretly note down their name. And the game does come with a notebook for players to be able to note down their name.
Yep.
And that player is going to be the recipient later in the game of the ultimate price card. The player who pays the ultimate price will die at the end of the game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes,
Not
there's
really
no
gonna
elimination
die.
during the game. It's after the game.
Yeah.
And it's very, very quick.
Yeah.
So it's not round by round elimination. It's you do everything, you elect all the leaders, and then people get eliminated. So just to kind of give some information on what each leader does, the red leader at the beginning of, once they're elected, they also choose a card from the targeting deck, and they are going to note that color down. And then at the end of the game, they give a player of that color this card, which I think it's called the Inferno card. They set them on fire and they die. Black and red don't play around.
Yes. Brutal. Good.
The white leader gets to show their faction card to the player whose color they select. The blue leader picks the color and then picks a player who has that color, and every other player gets to look at their faction card. Every other player who has that color in their guild. So say they pick red, every red player gets to look at the faction of whatever red player they select. The green leader gets to look at the faction card of the player they select based on the color they draw. So all the leaders get to pick a color from the targeting deck, and the targeting deck gets reshuffled every turn, so it's not like once a color is used, it's done.
Yeah, okay.
And whatever color they pick, they use their ability based on the color.
Yeah.
So each round, players will elect a leader based on the colors that are drawn, based on the leader cards that are drawn. Once a leader is elected, they use their power, and then you move on to the next round.
Yeah.
Once all the leaders for all the colors are elected, and players can actually be leaders for two different two different leaders. So if you have both black and red, you can be both black leader and red leader.
Okay.
At the end of the game, once all of the leaders have been chosen, players will talk about who they think is on what team.
Yep.
And then only the leaders can vote for who they would like to eliminate. So once the vote has been completed, the red leader would have drawn a color from the bottom of the targeting deck. So they'll draw a card from the bottom of the targeting deck. So whatever color they draw, they give a player in that color the ablaze card. Then the black leader lets everybody know what player they chose to receive the ultimate prize card. So theoretically, a player could get both of those cards.
Unlucky players.
Unlucky player. The game is over if at least 2 agents of Bolas have been killed.
Yeah.
So if at least 2 of them are eliminated, the Gatewatch loyalists win. Otherwise, the agents of Bolas wins. So it's not as easy as a game where you just have to kill one of the opposite team to win. You have to kill at least 2.
Okay.
And that makes it very, very challenging.
How long do you think this game will take?
This game is actually really quick, so it can take 15 to 30 minutes, easy.
Okay. Yeah,
Obviously, if you have a group of people with analysis paralysis who take some time to make decisions and discuss a lot, then it's going to take closer to 30 minutes, but it does move very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's not a game where you have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out who to put on what team, because it's collective.
That's really good. So, how many players would
this plays 5 to 8, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
5 to 10 players. I could have just counted these.
Good party games.
Yes, it's a great party game. It's quick. It's easy. It's a game where, if only a couple people have arrived at your thing and you want to break something out, you can play this and then, put it away and not feel like you've wasted a ton of time.
Yeah.
And that's what's really great about it.
A lot of meetup as well, where you started playing something until more people arrive.
Exactly.
And
sorry. And you'll notice that all of the art is directly pulled from Magic the Gathering. So it is very, very familiar to Magic the Gathering players. And we really wanted to make sure that it was relatable to them and also to a wider audience.
Yep.
And we have this beautiful, beautiful insert for the game as well.
I saw that, yeah.
So that's kind of how you store your cards. It is a card game. So the cards are all placed in there. You don't have to keep it in the box since it is just cards. You can stick it in a deck box.
Yeah.
But the insert really came out beautifully. And so I think it's very thematic and it's a great way to store the game.
Absolutely. So this game is almost out?
This game is releasing at the end of June.
Yeah.
And we are selling it at Origins.
Okay.
So people will be able to get it a little bit in advance.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's really good. So yeah, it seems very interesting. Like Magic the Gathering fan would can relate to it really well. But it's a light game and it's a social. So maybe, if you like Magic the Gathering and, you like to be social to people, and then that will be it.
Yeah.
That will be the game to go.
I feel like we really tried to make it a game that's a social deduction game for people who don't necessarily enjoy all social deduction games. Because it's easy, it's not as stressful as a game where one wrong move can end the game for you. Yeah. And we really tried to theme the leader's abilities to the themes of the Magic cards. So like black is very like conniving, they're kind of like trying to secretly get their stuff done, and that's what we did with the ultimate prize card because they pick a player right when they do it. Red just is very aggressive and forward and doesn't care, and so that's
Magic the Gathering as well, right?
Exactly.
That's the powers and
exactly.
The I'll play that as well.
That's what we tried to give it that feel.
Yeah. Seems like you captured the feeling.
Yes,
of it.
thank
well
you.
Done.
Thank you.
Very good. So that's the game. So keep your eyes on this game and go to your website, Facebook, and social media.
Yes, we're WizKids Games on Twitter and Instagram, and you can look for WizKids on Facebook to find us.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.